seems like one of the things that is kind of pervasive across industries is that there is an increased level of risk now than what we were used to before. Like Laura, you've said a couple times, that is our new normal, is a slightly riskier environment. Sarah, I'm wondering if you could speak to visibility and how having additional visibility into your supply chain and your operations allows you to help mitigate that risk.
Sure. As we come up on the Super Bowl, I'm going to use a football metaphor. It allows you to get out of move from defense to offense. Like many of us, I think every human on the planet has had to deal with massive reaction to the unexpected. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. We've all learned that lesson in spades in 2020. And it's exhausting. The good news is human beings are resilient, and we have, many of us, as Laura said, proven we can be agile and react and adapt. And that's workable and doable. But with better visibility, then you're able to see what's coming and play offense, get proactive about resolving problems or taking advantage of opportunities before they're here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We see a ton of companies that are becoming more open to the idea of adopting smart technologies. And I think that will be tremendously helpful to improving visibility using data. So that means more predictive analytics, right? So we've been pretty good at at analyzing the data we have and reacting to it. But when you're talking about risk in the supply chain, react is a very it's a very dated way to look at things. We don't want to react anymore. We want to predict and plan. And that's what smart automation or more advanced analytics will get you. You'll be able to, look forward and understand where your risks are. I think that, with the COVID outbreak last year, it put risk on everyone's radar. But what we don't necessarily talk about all the time is that all of that risk was always there. Mm-hmm. And so once we exit, this period, it doesn't mean that risk won't continue to be present. And that doesn't mean that we're going to expect these big black swan events every year or two. But what it does mean is that, that risk is always there. And maybe that's a small amount of risk with a lot of suppliers, but it still adds up.